Right, everybody, how are we? And there's more joining us as we speak. Lochlann is going to, you're an actor, so you have already a background in this. So you're going to help us on video tips, camera tips for presentations and recordings, which we all use all the time, actually. It's part of our profession these days. So I'm just going to hand it all over to you. And
Great. Well, thanks for asking me to speak about this. It's maybe a subject that I have faltered through my whole life. So I am an actor, and for the last 10 years, our industry has gone online. So we do self tapes. So we record ourselves at home. So we've had to become very good with this sort of technology. And so through trial and error and plenty of mistakes and money poured down the drain, finally have got there. So if I can save you guys some time or some money, then that would be great. So, I mean, the main objective to appearing on screen is that you can be seen and heard. So the have you need to be lit properly so people can see you, and you need to have a camera. So the good news about this is the equipment you need is very little. Your phone is probably your best friend and a small light. I'll show you a light that will be great for you.
your signal is very poor.
You can see this. It's a little ring light. You can get it in most mobile phone shops.
Your signal is really poor, Lachlan.
Oh dear.
It just went really. I don't know if that's going to come up on video, but it came out really bad there. But should we keep going?
Okay, we'll give it a second. It sometimes happens here.
Yeah.
So just to recap, just to be seen and heard, and just to save you some time and money, you don't need very much equipment. A mobile phone and a small light should do it. So as everything's moving online, you're wondering where do I find a space to do this? So really, more good news. All you need is a blank wall behind you because you want no distractions. So any blank wall, good internet, obviously, and peace and quiet, and maybe a table or a shelf in front of you so you can just clamp your light. Um, so that's basically it. That's the good news. You just need a light. So your camera is at eye level, and your light is at eye level. So once you have consistency there, I see Aiden is got a good setup there. For example, you can see him. He's at the right eye level, and he's completely clear. So obviously, as a therapist, you want to get your personality across. So that's entirely up to you how you want to do that. But bear in mind, if you're down low, you're or looking down on somebody, it comes across as a different personality. So eye level, and that means the camera is at your eye level. So if you can get your laptop camera just up a little bit higher, that's great. Um, if I just can see what you're doing there at the moment. So John, you have a window behind you, which makes your face look much darker. So you would
Okay.
need a light, or else turn around facing the window.
I have this.
So
I don't know if you can see it. The light does work on it if I put it in, but there's a light up here. But actually, I use this.
yeah, so if you put
Um,
that, oh, you normally use that for your Zoom stuff.
yeah.
The problem I have is that I
Okay, yeah.
wear glasses, and when you wear glasses, the light reflect in your glasses.
As it is now, actually.
Yeah. Oh, oh.
Yeah, well, I suppose that does happen. Yeah. So maybe a little tint on the like. These are little things you need to work out, but I would advise really not to go spending a huge amount of money on massive amounts of equipment. You have it all there, blank wall and a small light from your phone shop. You can basically film yourself anywhere. That's what we do for Zoom. I've used a background behind me because I don't. Maybe I'll just show you the chaos where I live. Oh, I just pop this background down. That's my kid's art studio behind there. But for all intents and purposes, it's an office now. Look, nobody likes looking at themselves on camera, and that's probably something we all have to get over. But if you, at least if you know if you got a safe place to set up your camera and your light, consistently sit down in a chair and be relaxed and show as much of your body as possible, you have that's the nuts and the bolts of it, really. Um, when we get onto audio, that would be the next thing, because if you're seeing people Zoom face to face, that's fine. You can give them their hypnotic recording there and then, and maybe get them to record it on their phone. But if you're doing it on Zoom, you're going to have to record it yourself. So how do you get a good sound? The main way about getting a good sound is not to be in an echoey room. So kitchens are really the worst place to record in, because the sound comes out of your mouth, bounces off tiles or walls, and comes back onto the microphone, and you get this reverby sound. So I don't know if any of you have spent time in wardrobes trying to record really good audio. I certainly have. And it's not a great place to be hanging out talking to yourself. So a little piece of equipment that I would suggest people could buy is a tiny little thing called a lav mic. I don't know if you can see that. It's called LAV, short for lavalier mic. And that can go straight into your phone. And you can record great sound with that. You kind of need somewhere that where the sound isn't bouncing around.
Okay.
So you could easily, something the size of 3 cornflakes boxes with a bit of, or egg boxes on it, or just build a very small little studio where you feel that sound is going to soak into it rather than bounce back onto your microphone.
Are you saying
These
that
lav mics cost about 25.
are you saying cardboard or wood
Yes,
kind
John.
of negates the effect of the echo? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I mean, an old bit of carpet or rug or underlay that you can get, and if you have a 3 bits of plyboard that you can build in front of you,
Hmm.
they could fold together, and you can put them out with some underlay on it, and you just talk into your lav mic there. That's
Mhm.
great. Then the sound is blocked out. You don't worry too much about external sounds. It's more about your voice bouncing back into the microphone again.
Right.
So, and I just say, if there's another step forward, if you want to go, there's another piece of equipment that you could purchase. Again, it's kind of expensive. It's called an eyeball.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if you
Chaotica
can see that.
eyeball. Yeah.
It's, there you go. It's a Chaotica eyeball, and it's only really a piece of foam, but it's a studio for your microphone rather than your whole house. And it works like this: the front comes off, and your microphone comes up through there,
Ah,
Yeah.
and this goes on here. And you can even stick your phone in there, and now you've got a completely studio around your phone. These cost around 85 to 100 euros, but it's
Lochlann,
a
where do you buy the lavalier mics and stuff like that?
okay.
Where,
So that's a good question, because there's one source really that everyone should go to, a really trusted source, and it's a German company called
oh, yeah,
Thomann.
Thomann, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
yeah, really, isn't it?
what is it?
It's Thomann.de.
How do you spell that?
that's
T-
Thoma
A-N-D, like
Thoman.
Common Park.
no,
Not so, yeah, almost without the D.
Without the D. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So step one would be your lav mic, 40 or 50 euros, and have a bit of, so the sound doesn't bounce back on you. If you want to buy the eyeball, that would be the next step up. Um, but if you're going into it long term, would suggest going the whole hog, and maybe it's about 300 euros, and it's buying a full interface.
oh yes, oh yes.
Again, that's from Thomann.
Right.
So you get a good quality microphone,
Yeah.
a little box in between your computer and your microphone called an interface, so you can play with the volume and the gain, which is how much sound the microphone is recording. Is
Right.
it recording out here, or you can turn the gain right down, and you won't hear the dogs barking and the lawnmowers and the traffic. And they're about €300, but it's well worth it. And again, Thomann is a great company. They won't sell you anything dodgy, and it comes with the full
I
guarantee.
would say I would say they're outstanding.
Yeah,
I would buy everything from them.
I wouldn't go anywhere else, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, so that's it. And then we just go back to video for a second because there's so many settings you can do on Zoom to make your picture so much better.
Mm.
If you click those three little dots on your picture, you can see that it says choose video filter, for example. And most of us will be on none. If you just go over to the next one and just go to boost,
Choose
that
it.
will change the color as long as you're lit well. So background and effects, that will just boost your color.
So there's a video
Oh,
filters. Is that where we're going?
yeah.
Okay.
There's three
Okay.
little dots on
Yeah.
your
So
own image,
Yeah.
yeah.
and
And
that'll
what?
bring up a menu.
Mm.
It starts from general into video. So let's go work our way down. So general is at the top. If we go down to video is the next one. We can actually change the camera size. We can go to original ratio,
Cool.
or we can go to HD, which makes it a bit wider. You can see my bigger room, so I keep it smaller. Next, this is a great little one. Touch up my appearances. This is going to get rid of every blemish and everything off your face if you're up close. And just click touch my appearances and drag that all the way up. And if you are in very low light, if there's nothing you can do about it, as Zoom can help you with that with adjust for low lighting. So definitely just alter those and set them. You play around with them a little bit and see which works for you. At the end of this meeting, you probably just have a little fiddle around with those for a couple of minutes and see the difference just a couple of adjustments can make. So I know I've flown through that pretty rapidly because it all seems fairly basic to me. But you're looking for your friend is just a light and a blank wall, and you should be able to just communicate consistently the image that you want without having to worry about setting it up, etc., etc. And I suppose the great thing about Zoom is you don't need to be, you just need your top half to be dressed. You know, you can rush in from the garden and just put on a shirt and you're okay to go.
And what about using your phone? Because I'm sorry, the reason I'm asking it because there'd be two reasons for video, right? One would be Zoom and you'd be doing sessions online or whatever, and the other is for promotion. So you're recording videos for yourself for promoting your stuff. I mean, Aiden does a lot of videos, and a lot of people would use their phone for that, wouldn't they? Is that okay to use, or is it something that, yeah,
Oh, definitely the phone is the phone and a light. That's all you need. A mobile
okay,
office really, because the cameras are so good on the phones now that it's hard to beat the phone.
all right, okay. The
Yeah.
challenge I've had with the phone is that when you turn it the way what Aiden has there, because I think I have a similar thing, and it goes at the angle. So the actual, it says look at the lens or keep your. I'm kind of slightly aside, slightly to the side when I'm looking at it.
Oh, I see. Because you're
Yeah,
looking
because
at the
it's kind
screen
of like
with the
that,
camera to
if you
the
know what I
left.
mean. Do you know? And the camera's here.
Yeah. So you don't feel you're making direct eye
It
contact with
doesn't
the
look like I'm making direct eye contact with my phone.
client. Yeah. So I mean, right now I'm using a webcam and it's
Right.
behind my camera. It's behind my screen. So like I'm looking at you, but I'm also the camera's straight in my face and the light is again behind that.
Hmm.
That
So
is
I use a gimbal. You see that this it's a,
yeah.
it's a gimbal. Sometimes I use that. I find it handy for your phone. and if you can set it up that it moves if you move, especially if you're outside, or walking or whatever.
Okay, gimbal.
But
That's
the
for shooting video content.
yes,
Yeah, the gimbals are great. I like it.
you put your camera
I
on,
have one of those.
here,
Yeah.
and it sticks on magnetically, and you have controls. It matches up with your phone. It actually marries to your phone by Bluetooth,
All right.
and it's DJI Osmo Action 6, I think.
Okay.
That's what it's called. And that hand.
Yeah,
So
the gimbals are great for Steadicam handheld stuff for doing video content.
yeah,
I suppose primarily we're talking about doing face-to-face client talking here now at the moment. So it's how to come across as the personality that you want. So you just think of it as a TV screen, really. You've got to be seen and be in the middle of the screen and present your personality the way you want. So when it comes to just sitting on a chair, everyone's afraid of their double chins and stuff like this, but if you just get your ass back into the back of the chair, so you're naturally just leaning forward, it gives you just a better line, and you just stay in that position. So our tendency is to kind of sit back a little bit and slump down, but push your ass right into the back of the chair. Now your chin's down a little bit and just stay as still as possible. Really, is the secret to camera.
Okay.
Um, and then I suppose you got to work out what's your personality that you want to bring across, and how best to do that. But for most of us, I suppose we want as least distraction as possible and to be seen and to be heard.
mm,
Okay.
So I think that's the nuts and bolts of what um, I have to offer in that. I'm totally open to any questions, if any, if I left anyone a bit misunderstood about anything.
Um,
especially for a recording, Lochlann, especially audio recording. How do you minimize room noise?
Um, so I,
Because every
I have a room noise. So yeah, well, look, I have put coffee bags and underlay all around this room here, so this sound is completely dead. I would have to record sound for ADR dialogue replacement for film and TV and commercials here. So I do need my interface and my microphone,
yeah,
and I want no reverb. So it's that dead sound,
yeah,
no hard surfaces, even on the table below you. There's sound
yeah,
bouncing off your table up to your microphone. So you get that echoey sound. So it's soft. Just think soft. Put carpets down on your table, rugs, egg boxes, so that's in a big room. But
yeah,
or else you just build a studio around your microphone itself,
yeah.
mhm.
and that's the reverb sorted. So I've gone in stages from
Yeah.
the recording in the wardrobe to getting one of these to
Well,
building a soundproof
wardrobes
kind of
are
room.
the ideal place, you know.
Hmm?
Wardrobes are the ideal place to record audio. Well, all the
Well,
clothing behind you. So
well, they are, yeah, with coats and duvets and stuff, but it
uh,
just gets a bit hot in there.
I find that moving blankets, the moving blankets that you can buy. Actually, there's a company in Cork sell them, and I find they're quite good as well. I also use, just as a matter of interest, I also use a piece of hardware called a DBX 286S, which is an interface between your mic and your audio interface. If anyone's interested, what it does, you have the gain and you have the compression, and you also eliminate room noise as well if you have the settings correct on it. So that's what I would suggest, if I may.
Yeah,
You
please
can, of
do.
course, you're into investing a little bit more there, but it's the best option if you're into this long term is to get the interface that has the gain on it. Again, the
And
gain is
if I may ask, what are you thinking of? The lapel microphones with sound suppression.
this lapel, the lavalier mic. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good quality. So for many of us, we're recording our audio straight into a phone, but this is the first step right up from a phone. You've got the sound. The difference in sound is quite astounding for €50.
Yeah. Sometimes there, if you're using, say, a radio, for example, another DJI device I have, it's one of these recorder, these you can record onto it. There's a latency. So your suggestion to use the actual lavalier is a good idea because you're reducing your latency. Is that the lag between what your mouth opening and actually your camera, syncing with your mouth movements.
Oh yeah. Oh, I suppose so. That's the latency. Yeah. Um, I find the sound is fine. Just on look, if you're doing face to face with somebody, the Zoom works fine. Everyone's on the same page. But for a hypnotic recording, you'd really like that to be good quality. Any noises I find, I know you can hypnotize people to say any distraction, any noises you hear sends you deeper. But there's nothing quite like a good, clear quality audio because you can really play with your tone and definition like that, and you can really get your feelings across. Um, the other side, one of the you all probably know this. If you do have a microphone, the letter P and the letter B are not your friend.
I didn't know.
They're,
Close-ups.
Why?
well, they make a pop sound. So when you talk into a mic, pop like Party Peter pop, it's like all you can hear in your headphones. Pop.
Oh, okay.
So B and P is always off to the side. It'd be party, birthday. You can still hear it, but the birthday's over here and the party's there. So P's
Peter
and B's,
picked the
any other letter,
peppers.
you can talk away, talk straight into it that way. You can clip it onto something. But if you're having a party, it's over there, or a birthday, it's over there.
Okay. And that mic, that Lavelle mic that you're talking about, does that automatically fit into your phone? So, and it connects with the settings on your phone, does it? Or is there adjustment you need to do? And the reason I'm asking is because I bought like a cheaper version of that on Temu or something. It never really worked for me properly.
Yeah. Okay.
The unfortunate thing about the new phones nowadays, they don't have a jack plug opening for example, the new Samsungs. They rely on purely on Bluetooth.
This one does now, but
So you don't. A lot of people
So
don't have the jack plug.
So
so
I
most
got
that's your
an,
audio jack.
I got a phone where you have a Type 3 USB on it that plugs into your mobile phone charging port.
I can't hear you,
So,
sorry, what was that, Stefan?
Stefan.
Stefan, yes, I have a phone that is connected to a wireless connection into the port on the phone.
Oh yeah, you
So
can hear that.
uh, maybe I'm too far away now.
No, no, it's good when you need to hold it up to your mouth though.
Okay, and then I connect it closer to my mouth. I
Yeah,
hope that's better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's much
Okay.
better.
So that equipment did cost me uh, two clip-on mics plus the receiver that plugs into the USB-C port or the lightning port of iPhones. Uh, did come along with €40 or something like that, and it has sound suppression and it has this uh, foamy thing around the mic as well. So it should work in an outdoor setting as we are using at the moment. But
Hmm.
I only got it 2 days or 3 days ago, just before the invite came in. So,
Okay. But most of them, they automatically connect in, so your phone just should pick it up just as if you're speaking into your microphone. Okay.
I
But it
mean, with
works.
Bluetooth, it's kind of tricky because if you're recording something and you have a phone plugged in, you might find that there's a buzz sound going on. So anything that's plugged in nearby creates a slight buzz on the earphones. So you might have to unplug things that are charging. I often find that. if you go up to the next level of recording through an interface, you might hear a bzzz, something's plugged in. So any electrics can really interfere with the radio frequency. Um,
For
where
Bluetooth, but not for a jack or something if it was going straight in. Is that right?
for a jack, so as Aidan was saying there, everything's changing now. So a lav mic, a lavalier mic comes with an audio jack, but
Hmm.
no phones have audio jacks anymore. But every phone has a plug-in power supply.
Ah, okay.
So there is your audio jack goes into this, which is the power supply. That's an iPhone power supply, and that works fine.
Right. Okay.
These little connectors are only about 8 or 9 quid,
Okay.
so it's entirely possible to do that.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
that's the cheapest way to do a lab mic in a quiet room, in a corner, maybe some curtains around you. You know,
I,
just
I
think about deadening the sound so nothing's bouncing back.
I put a link there to a DJI Mic 2, and that's actually very good for recording both yourself to your phone or to a computer, but it also records within itself. So you have an MP3 file within the device itself, and you're going to download it onto your computer or to your digital audio, your DAW, your digital audio workstation.
Okay.
So I sent the link there if you're interested.
So
Great.
it that records your MP3 for you.
Yeah, this is it here, this
All
thingy
right.
here. So that actually clicks onto your here.
Yeah.
And what it does, it by radio, it sends a signal to the receiver, and the receiver is either connected to your phone or connected to your computer. Uh,
Okay.
and it's the audio is first class. It's not
And
it's not quite what they call 32-bit
right.
float, but it's not far of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Got it there.
Yeah, I mean, I have a fear of technology, so a lot of this stuff sounds like spaghetti bolognese in my head. You know, MP3s and bits and bobs. So it's taken me a long time to get to this level, and because it can seem like an overwhelming mountain to climb if you're not remotely technical. You know,
Yeah.
if you just break it down simply in video, put the light in front of your face and the camera in front of your eyes.
Yeah.
You can change the settings. When it comes to recording, get into a place where the sound is dead.
Yeah.
Depending on your budget, those mics that go straight into your computer are the best.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're not technical, I don't know if everyone's on Apple. GarageBand is absolutely perfect place to record it.
Yeah.
And then
On,
once
on,
you press record, then you share it. Press the share button as an MP3, save it on your desktop, and then
done.
in WeTransfer you can send that file. And now you can send it to yourself, and you can send it to your client via WhatsApp
Okay.
very easily.
Okay. So that was Apple Garage.
Garage Band. It's on Mac.
Okay. I don't have a Mac.
On
So
Mac, GarageBand. Most places have them. There's lots of much better ones, but Audible or no, what is the other ones that a lot of people use? I've stuck to GarageBand because it's very simple for me to use.
yeah. I
There's
use a thing called
someone called
Easy Recorder and I just upload it straight from there, send it out.
So perfect.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just easy voice
Yeah.
recorder. And I can put it into Audible where it makes it a bit fine tunes it a little bit. It does more of the background stuff and I can do that or put music, but I never put music on them anyway. But if I wanted to, I could. And then just send it out because they're just MP3s that'll go for anywhere. But for clients and stuff when you're recording um particular audios that they want or whatever.
Yeah.
Audacity is excellent, but you also have a number of other ones. You have Reaper. Reaper is one, another one, and then you have another one called Hindenburg, the same name as the big airship,
Yeah.
but that can be quite expensive.
Lochlann, what about tips for somebody? So if it's not a Zoom session, as in it's not a client session, but you're doing some kind of marketing video, what tips would you have?
Well, I mean, I was talking to Stephen about this the other day. It's about getting your personality across. Um, Obviously, if it's TikTok and stuff like that, it has to be, the content should be helpful and useful and under about 15 seconds. But as long as you can be seen and heard, and that's the most important things,
Okay,
you
so
know.
the same principles still
But you're talking
apply
about
though.
being confident.
Yeah, I'm talking about I'm talking about, yeah, I mean, it's both confidence and presenting well, basically. I mean, Stephen constantly gives out to me because he thinks I'm reading RT News, and I get it all the time. But it's a bit like, you know, yeah, how do you portray not so much the confidence, but more the interest, I think is probably the word, to make it engaging for people. Confidence is a
Um,
separate issue, and it may well affect people here. It doesn't affect me, but it may affect others.
yeah.
So please shout if
Look,
it's
I suppose the thing that we're all told, we're presenting, you just have to pretend that the camera is, they're your best friend in the world.
okay.
But you're looking into the
That
eyes.
that camera
Yeah.
is your best friend. Look straight into the eyes of your best friend and talk that way
Yeah.
and get
Okay.
used to that,
Okay.
Can
And of
you know.
course,
can I ask
yeah,
a
And don't be
question?
nervous. It's not judging you.
Breaking the fourth wall is that? So in movies, it just always said you never look into the camera, and we shall do that.
Yeah, we must look into the camera.
Ah, nah,
Yeah.
just slightly above it. Get the
Well,
eyes to
for,
drop.
for content, you're looking straight into the camera like someone you is your best friend. They love you and they really want to hear what you want to say, you know,
Okay.
and that comes across.
Lochlann, Lochlann, when you look in the camera there now, I can actually see the reflection of your glasses. So
Yeah.
there are five of us wearing glasses. And Aidan also, the reflection of your glasses, personally, I find off-putting.
yeah.
And the other thing, Lochlann, there's a shine off your forehead. How do you get rid of that?
Well, don't have a shower and moisturize just before, I would say, for me.
Like, I can hear the difference in the quality of sound. Lochlann is crisp, clean sound. Everybody else is echoey by
Right.
comparison.
Okay.
So I get the soundproofing of the room.
Yeah.
I can hear the reason for it.
Yeah.
Would you just run through what you've done to your room to make it so crisp?
Well, I'm actually in a garden shed.
Okay.
It's where I am, and I have put insulation on the walls and painter's blankets, coffee bags, and underlay, and just stapled it all around the wall, on the ceiling, everywhere. So the sound is just dead. So what you're getting, that echoey sound, is just your sound bouncing back in around the room.
Mm.
So the
Okay.
microphone's picking up you speaking two, three times.
And then the lighting, is it directly towards your face or across your face?
The best lighting is the ring lighting, because it's
Mm-hmm.
all around you, and they're not expensive at all. A really small ring light will cost you about €25. They'll sell them in every phone shop, and they come on a little stand, and you can put your phone and the ring light together right in front of you.
And there's a choice on the ring
So
light.
yeah, ring light.
You have a choice on the ring light whether you have white, blue, or like an orange. Which is the best color?
Well, all ring lights will probably have a variation. There's a button there, you can change the tone of it. So it'll change to the kind of clinical blue, the soft yellow, and the maybe warmer orange. So each of them, look for one with about three different settings on it.
And which setting is the most appropriate for, or is,
So it depends on the time of day, how much natural light is coming in. That's why
mhm,
I always try to find a room that's actually dark. So a dark, quiet room, so you can have consistently, for me, it's the lighter, the softer tone is usually better. The orangey type of yellow one, just a little bit warmer. So you will have
great.
to just play around with that a little bit, set up your light, and then press those three dots on your screen if you do a practice Zoom call with somebody, and just pick the filter that works for you and just set those. So you can just turn on your light at the light that you want in the place that you're at with the filter that you need.
Mhm.
Uh,
Now, I have a question for Aidan.
rather than fear every time you've got a Zoom call.
Thank you. Aidan, you keep changing your background from the very studious library to the vague.
Yeah.
How are you doing that?
Pardon?
You're changing the
Yeah.
background in your video
Yeah.
from the library to
Yeah.
now it's very vague.
Yes.
How are you doing that?
It's a setting on Zoom. You can go to the video bottom left and click on the arrow that's pointing up, and you'll see blur my background.
Mm-hmm.
And you click that, and it will blur your background.
Perfect.
You also have the option that you can have a green screen if you have an actual green screen, which I have, but I haven't put it up. And you can, stand in front of it'll superimpose the image onto the green screen, and you just step out in front of it. So, or you come to the forefront of it. You find
Okay.
that? You see that there, John? Yeah.
Well, I'm actually using my phone,
Okay. I beg your pardon.
and
Okay.
I couldn't get on the computer quick enough tonight.
Fine.
But I will experiment. And then any tips for the glasses, how to actually get rid of that glare off your glasses
Put the lights up above you, I would say.
Mm.
up above. Okay.
I would say. Again, I'm guilty, but I try to record whenever I can during the daytime. That's the
Mhm.
problem. Because I'm sitting, I have a window here to my left, and it's pointing east, and there's lots of sunshine. And then, of course, at this time of the year, the sunshine can be very strong.
Mhm.
They're all
Thanks.
factors, yeah.
Well, for me personally, this has been a great help. Thank you very much. And one last thing, can you put on the chat the interface models that you're using?
Yeah, I will do that. I'll do that straight away.
Thank you.
And Lochlann, in terms of for helping people with confidence in front of a camera, is there any specific tips, advice?
Well, I think you're in a good position here now because we should be the masters of that.
Should and
Really,
are not
that's probably
necessarily
supposed
the
to,
same thing.
but doing it for yourself.
Mm.
Look, when I'm doing hypnotherapy, I feel because I'm quite new to it, I'm really lacking confidence. But you have to trust yourself that you've helped so many people, and that you're genuinely your belief is to help more people, and that should be enough to show confidence. You know,
Okay.
what is it that you feel? Is it that you don't like to see yourself on
No,
screen,
it's not me.
or
Sure, geez, I go on more
or
screens than anything. But
you
um, what I'm really thinking of is how do you present yourself as well on the screen so that you can be confident and portray that confidence. And I'm not necessarily talking about the client. I'm really talking about it doing a promotional type video of some kind. That's really what I'm talking about.
I think if you have an
there
auto,
you go.
that helps.
I actually, do you know what? I've been using that and I gave up on it. I genuinely, there's an app called Wistia and it has both the camera and the script. And I hate scripts anyway. So I literally I abolished it. I
There's
got
a
rid of it.
there's a company called BigView.tv. Have a look at that.
Bigview.tv.
TV. I'll put it in the notes.
Yeah, please, because
And
um, yeah, I found trying to read it and focus on the camera all at the same time is too much like hard work because I'm kind of lazy anyway.
Look, people love personalities,
very
and people don't mind people making mistakes and showing the real side to themselves.
Okay,
Nobody needs to be.
that's really useful to know. That's so
I
it's okay
You
just to
don't
be
need to be
yourself,
super polished
basically.
like a newsreader.
Yeah. Okay.
I th I think that
I found
I
it
think that's really it. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
I
just to
found
be
it
yourself
helpful to
and
have
be
the
genuine
script
and have a
prepared.
message.
So
As
it's
long as you can be, if your technical side is okay and you can be seen and be heard, if your message is genuine, then that's what sells.
I know
You
for
know.
me it was about just being clear on the message and not reading it, just actually internalizing myself and then just explaining it, or trying to get it out. But anything that I could do to, I suppose, give myself greater presentation on the camera. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do this because I've never had training like this in any shape or form before.
same here. Um,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not by no means. I just do what I do. There's just one thing I'd say to you, John. I would say just speak up more. That's all.
Right.
Just increase your volume.
I mean, there's small things that you can do to emphasize because your body language is so important. But you might be talking when you emphasize. You want to say the important line. You want to finish with the important line to camera,
That's the kind of
and then
stuff
you can.
that I wanted to delve into, yeah.
So when you're talking, you can talk to the devil, and when you get to the important line, that's the important line that comes straight there. So that catches people.
So
And then
moving hands even at that point in time, would that be a benefit?
if hands work for you, that's fine. But it's more about the eyes. So
Okay.
you might be talking. Everybody goes through bumps. Whatever your content is, but to just finish it off and then don't be afraid to pause and then move on a little bit.
Okay.
Once you've seen and heard,
And
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 it's genuine. It's not really acting. It's you are talking straight into
No, no,
somebody. So
absolutely. But it is still about presentation because we live in a world where it's all media and the attention spans are much shorter as well. And obviously in the likes of TikTok and stuff, the attention spans are quite short. You've got a couple of seconds to hold somebody at the start before, you lose them.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, people swipe right if the angle's not correct. If it just looks a bit too if he can't see you or
Hmm.
they can't hear you or the angle's just not right and it looks kind of unprofessional. You know, so just as a rule, the camera is you're talking to a friend and they should be at eye level and you should feel some light on your face. you
So
know
what do you mean feel some light on your face? As in the light that's behind the phone or the computer?
yeah, but like I mean, yeah, yeah, exactly, feel some light on your face. I suppose like if you were facing your window now rather than with your back to the window,
Hmm.
for example. So as long as you're well lit.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Does
Like
anyone else
for
have any questions? Because I've been asking loads and I've been trying to think of generic ones that I can think of that go across the board just based on my own experience. But does anyone else have any questions there that they want to ask? Please do just unmute yourself if you do.
well, there's no such thing as perfection. That's what I would say. So
Well,
if you make a
I
mistake,
have,
so be
of course. So, Lochlann, before you go into, before you do, what do you call it? When you're doing a piece to camera to impress the director, what do we call it? An audition.
yeah
Do you have uh, a voice exercise that you go through so that your voice is clean and crisp?
it. Don't drink milk.
yeah, that's a good one actually, just to warm up your voice. Yeah, there's two tips I'd give you there. Do warm up your voice. A little bit of humming is good. Humming is really good. And you often find if you go to do a voice recording and you've got a clicky mouthy, it's kind of clicky. You can just hear your mouth clicking.
Okay.
Green apples are the best for that. So
Green apple.
before a green apple. So that clicky kind of mouthy sound you get, it just comes across really loudly on a microphone.
Okay.
Green apple gets rid of that. Humming and talking in a Russian accent, would you believe? Because you have to really open your mouth, you know.
Good.
So hum for a little bit and maybe talk Russian for a little while. But mostly it's about staying calm. So just really just staying calm because you will get nervous, you know. So just staying calm, getting
Okay.
your heartbeats down and taking your time. Taking your time because it's really interesting when people take their time.
Excellent.
Is this for the
Don't rush things.
so this is more just for the listener so that or the viewer so that they're absorbing the message more?
Give them a chance to absorb it. Get your point
Okay.
across. Give them a bit of time,
So
and then
pause.
so pause once you've made your point, so they can think.
Okay.
And it's interesting then because it's like you've said something interesting. Have a think about that. What do you think?
Gotcha.
You know, and that's for you, John. I suppose is you want to give this helpful information the whole
Yeah,
time.
that's
So
it
it's like
exactly. Yeah.
I'm giving you something. What do you think?
Yeah.
Try it.
Yeah, actually, that's a good one
You know.
because all of us do it, or a lot of people on this call do it. I mean, there's videos, Jenny does them, Aidan does them, and I do, and there's a whole load more as well. So it is who'll be watching this probably later on. So it is about, I suppose, yeah, giving as many tips on that side of it as we could, because it just helps to promote both our individual messages and all our collective messages.
Yeah.
So I like the pausing one. I like the pausing one. Yeah, that's really useful, isn't it?
Well, yeah. Camera's your friend.
Okay. Okay.
So I hope that was of some useful. I'm just gonna
Thank you.
type in those microphones.
Does
And
anyone else have any questions? Because there's loads of people muted there. So if you do, shout now or forever hold your peace.
With with regards to the microphones, Lochlann, tonight has probably is not the time or to indeed talk about the difference between a dynamic mic and a condenser and all that, because we're only just talking about doing phone videos or computer videos, but you don't necessarily need a condenser mic because of you're not doing broadcast quality stuff here, are we?
No.
well, you're not, but if you were talking like what Adam does, you know, Adam records a couple of sessions, really high quality, and then he posts them as podcasts. So why not have them as high quality?
Yeah.
You know, and why not have a collective podcast thing going on of Irish hypnotherapists, and every day we can have one, two, three podcasts coming out, and we become this
It's a really good
library of
idea.
like hypnosis, you know. So I would encourage everyone to move towards recording at really high quality
Yeah.
because you can Mickey Mouse, you can Mickey Mouse around with these kind of things, those snowballs and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
these things that I've gone through, and they're just not worth it. You know,
Yeah.
I would just, if you know you're going to be recording audio, go and get yourself an interface, plug it into your computer, and it's not hard to use, and you get a really good quality sound. Save it as not an MP3, but as a WAV file, and that's ready to go into a studio,
Yeah.
um,
Mhm.
ready to go onto a podcast, and that's that's a half an hour session. And between us, if we're banging out two, three of these every day on a podcast, it's like suddenly we have a very busy station,
Mm.
It's quite
you know,
cool.
It's like a
covering nearly every element,
That'll put me
you know.
thinking.
Yeah, but
Give
double
me
your
more
book for
work.
your if you're going to record it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I mean,
Okay.
I could sell the amount of microphones I have anyway. I'm just a bit of a nerd for these things, you know.
Um, okay. All right. Anyone else got any comments, questions? Yuki, you all good?
Yeah, thank you very
And
much.
we can
Very,
all work together on
you.
that one
Thank
because
you
like
very
Jesus,
much.
these guys have got good recordings. Good, and we've all got our own little. We all drop out there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I think it's a signal issue that's going around the place this evening. Um, Yuki, do you have any questions? Orla?
Yeah, I have a microphone, a blue mic
very yeti.
Yeti. Yes, I have never actually used it.
Yeah.
Is it when I used to okay, is there a connector to connect my Yeti to a phone rather than
Not to your
using it?
phone, no.
No. Okay, so just use it to record on the laptop then to come.
Into your
Yeah.
computer, you'd have to record straight into your computer there. Yeah.
Okay.
So for you, I would instead of so it's up to you what your budget is and how much you want to spend. Um, but your first step, if you only want to spend €50, get a lav mic and just have some curtains or
Mhm.
something that'll dampen the sound. Put a rug down and just around the microphone so you can record straight into that for your audio recordings. The Yeti's fine, but it all depends on your room. There's no point recording that in the kitchen,
No.
because it's just it,
And
you,
as you
you're better
mentioned
off.
there, Lochlann, your clothes cupboard or your wardrobe is ideal for recording sound. It really is powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I I sit on the I have railings of clothes. So I usually sit on the carpet with clothes surrounding me, but the trouble is because I hunch down, I think my voice then after a while gets changed because my body's not comfortable. The sound is
Yeah,
good because it's muffled.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing. You're nearly. It's nearly as easy to if you have maybe a cupboard, a kitchen cupboard. Think about it like that. If you have a kitchen cupboard that you could open it, and then the inside just stick bits of carpet and put your microphone in there.
I find
Okay.
the best thing if you're on a budget, a strict budget, a big cardboard box in front of you and put cushions inside in it. Put your
That's
mic
exactly it.
stand in the cardboard box on your desk and put a towel, and if you really want to do it, put a blanket over you so that you're totally isolated and you're able to let your mic record what it hears.
I'll play around.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
it. Just a cardboard box is even
You're
better.
getting
Yeah,
more work as well. Orla?
Thank you. Yeah.
it's just after a while you really just have to come out of that closet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just gets.
Aidan, Aidan, if we were to use that method, would it not be too intense?
Oh,
What do you mean, John? What? Oh,
You
intense. Intense. Yes. Okay, intent. Yeah.
Orla?
Lots of
Questions?
people have started that way.
No, that's fine. Orla, Mel, Laura, Jenny, any questions? Just while you're all there. That's fine. Absolutely. Just don't want to leave you guys out because you're kind of off my screen, so I didn't see. So if we don't have any other questions, I'm just going to thank Lochlann. Lochlann, is there any final words you want to say to?
um, the final words would be if anybody really wants a one-on-one or wants time to set up or is having any troubles, please just get in touch. Send me a little WhatsApp thing. I'll quite happily just do a one-on-one on Zoom if anyone has got any questions or just wants to practice anything with me.
Thank you.
I'm absolutely
Appreciate it.
available for that.
Thank you.
Absolutely appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
You're very
Well, it's
welcome. Good
been
to
Thank you
see
very
you.
great.
much.
And it's been great to get it from somebody who's used to being behind the camera all the time and actually trained in doing it. You know, so it's really helpful for me and I'm sure for others as well.
Absolutely. Thank you.
You're very
And I'm
welcome. My
moving
pleasure.
from this place for recording from now on because this is where I normally do it.
Yeah. You've gone
Yeah,
very dark. Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's because it's light now. Yeah, but
Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
all
All right,
right.
guys.
Listen,
Thanks very
thank you guys.
much.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Uh,
Bye,
Bye
guys.
bye.
stop.